You guys ready to go?
Yep, I'm ready.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Warren County Board of Supervisors regular meeting. Today's date is Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. It's 9:30 a.m. and we're in the boardroom. We do have a quorum. Will you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll jump right into the consent agenda.
I would move approval of the consent agenda items A through, looks like I.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
McIntyre.
Aye.
Snell.
Aye.
Peter.
Aye. Next item on our agenda is to consider the application for road closure for the 2023 National Balloon Classic with possible action. So this is item number 2 in your packet. I've actually been involved with the conversations on this. The purpose behind the road closure is for basically dust mitigation. We had a lot of dust and safety issues last year associated with this. We asked the Classic to come up with a dust mitigation strategy, and part of that strategy was to close down this 150th south of Highway 92, gravel road that comes into Iowa, into Indianola.
So this has gone through a discussion process with engineering folks and others then to make sure this is all agreeable?
Yeah, and I don't know if, Tim, you want to talk about this a little bit?
I was in the meeting with Darren with the balloon officials, and the plan they submitted will work. It's fine as long as they stick to it. Last year we had the issues with traffic diverting from the balloon field up 150th down Jersey Street, and that was a big problem. This year, that section's gonna be closed off so they can't get the gravel way through town, so everybody's gonna be having to take 92, which is better for safety and in all matters. It'll still be available to be open if there's an accident or something that they have to divert traffic, but other than that, we don't see any issues with it as long as they stick to their plan, and the dust control and traffic control is paid for by the balloon field, so.
Yeah, no, Snyder and Associates were involved in this process, and our engineering department and the board of the Balloon Classic. So I feel pretty comfortable that we've dotted our I's and crossed our T's, and I don't have any questions for Tim at this time.
And the costs are being borne by the Classic?
Correct.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, we had the discussion, anytime there's an event, we feel the event should be on the hook for the costs associated with it, so.
Any other
Thank you.
questions or discussions?
Thank you, Tim.
So I'll make a motion to approve the application for the road closure for the 2023 National Balloon Classic.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
McIntyre.
Aye.
Snell.
Aye.
Peter.
Aye. The motion is approved. The next item on the agenda is to consider the sheriff's request to replace Sheriff Carrico with Sergeant John Stageman on the opioid remediation task force with possible action.
Yep. I'll make a motion to replace Sheriff Carrico with Sergeant John Stageman.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
McIntyre.
Aye.
Snell.
Aye.
Peter.
Aye. That motion is approved. Next item on our agenda is to receive and file reports. We have the recorder and zoning.
Okay, I'll make a motion to receive and file reports from the recorder and from zoning.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
McIntyre.
Aye.
Snell.
Aye.
Peter.
Aye. That motion is approved. The next item on the agenda is Supervisors Report. There's a lot of nice things going on in the county right now. I'll just give a quick overview on some of my activities. I've sat in on some discussions around our communications department and dispatch, and for the last probably 2 to 3 months, there's just been a lot of kind of strategy discussions. What are the implications to certain decisions? And we'll be having a work session after this meeting to kind of roll this out to the Board of Supervisors. This is certainly not anything that there have been any decisions made on. It's, we took a lot of time planning to make sure that what we're doing is the best thing for Warren County, or our recommendation, and we're going to be rolling that out. I've also spent some time on the Balloon Classic and some of the logistics around that and the dust control, dust mitigation process, and then just regular, I've also been involved in just regular board activity. So that's my report.
We had some very nice things happening up in the northwest part of the county. Again, yesterday we had another groundbreaking. It'd be for the first hotel ever in Norwalk, which is a new Fairfield Inn by Marriott. And so that was a very nice event to have come into the community, and multi-story hotel with all the accoutrements that you expect, including nice lounge and other types of amenities. So it's going to be a nice deal for Norwalk. And I think we're kind of on a roll up there. It would appear that we're going to be having either groundbreaking or ribbon cutting every month for the remainder of the year, the way things are going.
Keep them coming.
Yep.
That's great.
The other thing that I did this last week in particular was to meet with the folks from SERPTA, which is Central Iowa Rural Planning Transportation something or other. Tim Wolf and I met with those folks. Anyway, this is the group that basically provides extra funding for our road construction projects that we have here, transportation-related projects here in Warren County. It has been currently housed with the MPO, Metropolitan Planning Organization, and there are some issues coming up about whether or not SERPTA will continue to be housed with MPO. So the idea was, okay, just to get out and talk with all the board members who are relating to that. And I bring that to our attention just so that we understand from a structural standpoint, there may be some administrative change going forward. We'll be having a meeting on Thursday for the SERPTA group. So it'll be interesting to see what the other folks say. There are some advantages to having SERPTA move into a different administrative place, but there are also advantages to staying where they are as well. So I'll keep you all informed as we go forward on that. But at this moment, there are discussions underway.
Good. Thank you. Thanks for that update.
All right. I attended the Essex Region 1 RIC, which is Regional Interoperability Committee. Also, the Opioid Remediation Task Force was our first meeting, very productive. Also, attended a meeting on voting credentials. This was for NACO when I attend their conference later this week in Austin, Texas. Met with the sheriff and the attorney concerning the dispatch movement and communications. Also met with members of the public concerning some issues around buildings and future projects, as well as some employees with personal issues. And that's my report.
Thank you very much, Crystal. And I just want to applaud you for your efforts around the remediation task force. Like, I read your emails. That was a wonderful update. I think that kind of meets one of our big goals for this year, is because it kind of relates to mental health and helping people in need. And I just thought it was a wonderful, like, summary of what that committee is doing. I appreciate your efforts, but I
You're
mean,
welcome.
I just think it's wonderful and moving Warren County forward.
I'm learning as well. They have all the information. I'm just kind of guiding it, that's
Yeah,
it.
good. That's a good plan, so thank you for that.
You're welcome, thank you.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is public input portion of our meeting. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per individual. The board will not take any action on the comments due to the requirements of the open meetings law, but may do so in the future. No public input will be allowed for any of today's agenda items. Is there anybody from the public that would like to talk to the Board of Supervisors? Okay, our next meeting date is August 1st, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. And that concludes our meeting for today. I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
McIntyre.
Aye.
Snell.
Aye.
Peter.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned. And our work session will be starting here in about 4 minutes. And are we going to be doing